Hi, welcome to Potato Fry Reviews. Today I'll be talking about the Moukey M20-3 passive bookshelf speakers. They're currently being sold for $90 on Amazon, but recently there was a sale and I only paid $76 for them. Moukey is a budget-friendly electronic brand, and these speakers were actually first available in December 2020. It's a three-way speaker and has a 1-inch soft dome tweeter, which is here, a 2-inch mid-range driver, and a 5-inch paper cone woofer, which is here. The M20 is rated 20 to 55 watts, 4 ohms, and has a really low sensitivity of 81 dB. In a nutshell, a speaker's sensitivity is basically how loud the speaker will be at 1 watt from 1 meter away, and all of the speakers I've ever owned, these have the least sensitivity. It's front ported, which you can see here, and this allows the Moukey to be on a shelf or close to a wall. On the side, there is a black veneer, which has a black ash kind of finish. I'm going to turn it around so you can see the back. And on the back here, you can see it has a set of push-in terminals, and I'm going to show you what that looks like, which means you'll have to use stripped wires for them to function. It also has a keyhole here at the top, so the speaker can actually be mounted on a wall. The speaker is pretty lightweight, and I'm going to attempt to lift it up so you can see what I mean. And each cabinet weighs a little over 6 pounds. Here is the front. There is also a grill, but it's not magnetic, and I'm going to show you how that looks. Here it is, and it has clips, so no magnets. Now, for the big question, how does it sound? When I first received these speakers, I was listening to the KEF Q350, and there was a huge difference in sound quality. I broke these speakers in for over 30 hours, and the sound did improve drastically over time. During my listening sessions, I had them 8 feet apart and about 2 feet from the wall. They were also towed in, forming an equilateral triangle, which was suggested on Amazon's product description page. These Moukeys actually exceeded my expectations and sounded pretty impressive for the price. Soundstage and imaging was remarkable, especially center imaging. To achieve this, you have to place them correctly where the mid-range drivers are facing the inside. Bass was a little thin and didn't really have any thump. Mid-range was a tad bit muddy, especially at higher volumes. And treble was actually crisp and pretty impressive, and at no point was it fatiguing. With female vocals and instruments, this speaker sounded really well. To get a more full sound, I would recommend adding a subwoofer. The album Greatest Hits by Kenny G brought these speakers to life when I paired the Moukey with my Rhythmic L12, which I actually recently reviewed. I also auditioned these speakers facing directly forward and closer to the wall to simulate being on a shelf, and the sound was a little less refined than when they were towed in. I'm actually really impressed with the Moukey, so I removed all the drivers and decided to look at the internals, which I was really excited about because I love being hands-on. So this is what I found. The cabinet was made out of 1/2-inch MDF, and there was no internal bracing. All the drivers were soldered firmly with silver wires. The crossover was bigger and had more parts than I expected, which is good. And there was some polyfill on the inside base of the box. If you decide to purchase these speakers, there will be some flaws, but keep in mind the price. As things are currently getting more expensive, there are hardly any speakers that sell for less than $100 a pair. There are a few places on the veneer that had imperfections. On the drivers, there were some spots of hardened glue. Overall, these speakers are a superb value for the price. They're not great for loud listening and distort easily as the volume gets louder. I would use them for a small garage or maybe even a rear surround sound speakers. For listening setups such as desktops, I would actually suggest a more accurate and transparent speaker to reveal your music details. Well, that is it for my review of the Moukey M20-3. If you've enjoyed this content, give me a thumbs up. And to see more videos like this, consider subscribing. Until next time, cheers.